Hey everybody, I'm AdamHarry from BoLS, and we're back again with another quick BoLS overview. Today we are looking at Codex Supplement Deathwatch. Now, if you notice here, it does say Codex Supplement. This is a supplemental codex for the Deathwatch. You will need the Space Marine Codex if you want to use Codex Deathwatch, and that will become apparent for reasons that we'll go over here shortly. It is 64 pages, it is hardback. It's got everything you need to play Deathwatch, though, in terms of rules. So let's go ahead and dive in. We're not going to go page by page, but we are going to go hit some of the key highlights here, as this is an overview for you. So, table of contents, pretty quick stuff here. We have about 20-ish pages of lore. We get into the model showcase, and then it's rules from there on out. Again, 64 pages of rules for the Deathwatch, but it does have some very important stuff, and it's a little confusing if you don't have the Space Marine Codex, so you definitely need this book for points, pretty much. Anyway, we get into the Deathwatch here. In terms of art and lore and all that cool stuff, again, it's packed in here. They are the Xenos Hunters. If you want to know what that means, check out all the cool lore. It's got some really great artwork, really cool lore bombs in here for you, little nuggets of good stuff to go over. It also highlights some famous kill teams, like Kill Team Cassie's here. It also brings back good old Watch Captain Artemis. He's still around, which again, if you played the 54mm Inquisitor, you recognize Captain Artemis. So it's good stuff. Big change in this book. It's not really a big change, I guess, but overall, again, because this is a Space Marine book, they now have access to all of the Space Marine Primaris units. So they're available to point out in their own special kill teams, and we'll go over that here in a minute. But we'll flip through here. We get to the rule section. One of the cool features of this book is it is done in the new style, so it's got the color-coded tabs for you to go through things. So again, as you can read here, Battleforge rules, Army rules, Matchplay rules. We have new Crusade rules, which is really fun. You should check out that section, especially if you want to build a new Deathwatch army. It's a great way to get started. Then we go through the data sheets, which is a relatively short section, and then we get to the points, war gear, rules reference, and of course the back of the book is a code that you can use to redeem this for the Warhammer app and get access to the rules. We're not going to show that off for obvious reasons. Go buy the book. Come on. Anyway, we get into combat patrols, detachment abilities, and this is a big one. One of the cool things about the Deathwatch is their versatility. They are the most versatile Space Marine army because of the mission tactics rule and the fact that they get to pick stuff. So let me just read real fast what the mission tactics does. It does not work the same way as chapter tactics or combat doctrines, but check this out. So the mission tactics. Do not use the rules in Codex Space Marines to determine which combat doctrine is active for your army during each battle round. Instead, at the start of each battle round, select the Devastator Doctrine, Tactical Doctrine, or Assault Doctrine. The combat doctrine you select is active for your army until the end of that battle round. Note, however, that when selecting a combat doctrine at the start of the battle round, these conditions must apply. 1. You cannot select the Devastator Doctrine to be active for your army more than once during the battle. You cannot select the Tactical Doctrine to be active for your army more than twice during the battle. And you cannot select the Assault Doctrine to be active for your army more than 3 times during the battle. So, yes, Deathwatch gets to pick their combat doctrine. They function basically the same way as Codex Space Marines combat doctrines. They are the same doctrines. They just get to pick them with some extra stipulations there. It makes them super flexible. If you are going first or second, you can kind of pick which doctrine you need for that turn to just really pick out what you need. If you get assaulted turn 1, you can skip straight to the assault doctrine to get those boosts in close combat. So it's just really cool that they get this special mission tactic ability. Alright, moving on. Stratagems. The Deathwatch, again, very versatile Space Marine army. They get 18 stratagems. That's in addition to the stratagems that you have access to in Codex Space Marines. Obviously, we're not going to go through each one, but yeah, they're pretty good. Just having 18 more options for your stratagems on how to spend your command points. Really good. There are some things like special issue loadout that lets you do some funky stuff with your special issue ammo. So, which is back, by the way. We'll get into that here shortly. We do have kill team specialisms, which these are kind of how to describe this one. Well, you get to pick your specialism. It adds to the power points of the unit, and they get special bonuses. We saw the Malice one, so I'll go over that one before. This was shown off by the Warhammer community team. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack against an enemy unit with the heavy support, Lord of War, or dedicated transport battlefield roll, reroll a wound roll of 1. If you select the heavy support, Lord of War, or dedicated transport battlefield rolls for the Xenos Hunter's Chapter Tactic, each time a model in this unit makes an attack against an enemy model or an enemy unit with that battlefield roll, you can reroll the wound roll. So again, you pick a specialism for a unit, they get access. It costs extra points, but it's a cool way to, again, customize your Deathwatch to do what they need to do, which can help out. So, help shore up some of the weaknesses, like, you know, attacking a Lord of War with a bunch of Marines if you roll them ones. Moving on, we got Warlord traits. They have 6 of their own Warlord traits. Again, named characters have specific Warlord traits. 6 more in addition to them. Moving on from there, we do have relics. They have their own set of relics. They have some more generic ones too. Artificer armor, for example. It's, you know, digital weapons. Those are back. Nothing too crazy there. They do have their own psychic power discipline here. We have the Xeno Purge discipline. Don't be alarmed by the name. It does work on non-Xeno stuff. So, yeah, it's really good. I like the Neural Void here. It's a malediction. Warp charge value of 7. If manifested, select one enemy unit within 18 inches of the Psyker. Until the start of your next Psychic phase, subtract 1 from the attacks characteristics of models in that unit. Each time a charge is cleared for that unit, only the closest enemy unit can be selected as the target of that charge. Just kind of messes with their charge and attacks, but again, it works against pretty much any Psyker, not just Xenos Psykers. So, it works against... It's from the Psyker of the Deathwatch. It works against any enemy unit, not just Xenos enemy units. That's what I was trying to say. Chapter approved rules. Again, Battlefield Supremacy, we have the Long Vigil. These are just different objectives that you can pick instead of the other ones. So they're all in there too. Crusade rules. Again, if you're playing Crusade, you have your own rules. You want to start a Deathwatch Crusade army, which sounds really cool, actually. There you go. A bunch of cool stuff there. Requisitions, battle traits. You get those unique things. You get a special specialisms and your own unique battle scars too, which is kind of fun. Xenophobic fervor is a weird one to me too, because you get to add 1 to your attack characteristic of models in this unit, but they can't perform actions, and they're ignored for the purposes of determining who controls objective markers. It's not really a downside in my opinion. So I guess if you're trying to take an objective with a unit, yeah, but if you just want them to go punch stuff, seems like a bonus to me. Anyway, special issue equipment is all in here for Crusade, and special relics for Crusade as well. Then we get into the data sheets. This is a little confusing. You do need, again, Codex-based Marines to point out your Deathwatch army because of how they have their kill teams set up. They have special issue ammo, which is back. They have the weird mixed unit rules, which, again, is a little confusing. But they can basically combat squad out stuff too. So if you want to have like 5 more Outriders in a kill team unit and then combat squad those guys out, and they still count as troops, they get a bunch of changes to their keywords as well. Bikers still count as bikes, but not normal bikes. It's it's kind of a weird thing with the mixed units. And then creating a kill team, it kind of goes over some more of those stuff. I do want to talk about the special issue ammo. That stuff is back. Dragonfire bolts. This one, the target does not receive the benefits of cover. Hellfire rounds. Each time you shoot with those Hellfire rounds, if they don't have a vehicle or Titanic, you get to add 1 to the attack's wound roll. Kraken bolts add 6-inch range to the weapon and improves the AP by 1, which is cumulative, by the way, with the armor penetration bonuses conferred by combat doctrines. Super nasty there. And vengeance rounds, each time an attack is made with that weapon firing the special ammo, add 1 to the damage characteristic of that attack. So again, they are tweaks from previous versions, but they are back, and it's a really cool lore thing to have them get their awesome special issue ammo back to kind of similar to what it was before. Here are the 4 kill team options here: Proteus, Fortis, Indomitor, and Spectrus kill teams. I'm not going to go through all these. I kind of want to focus on the Fortis one because this is for the new Primaris options primarily. So the way these work, and we'll use the Fortis thing as an example. So you start off with the core of the kill team. So a Fortis kill team contains 1 Intercessor Sergeant, 4 Intercessors, and C Codex Space Marines Intercessor Squad for points and information. So again, you need that book. And then you can add any 5 of the following models to this unit. You can add another Intercessor, you can add an Assault Intercessor, you can add an Outrider, you can add 1 Hellblaster. So again, you can add 5 Hellblasters, you can add 2 Assault Intercessors and 1 Outrider and 1 Hellblaster. Whatever kind of combo, up to 5 more of those models. Still with me? Okay, good. War gear options, depending on what you have, you can swap stuff out. So like a Hellblaster here can swap their Plasma Incinerator out with Assault Plasma Incinerator, Heavy Plasma Incinerator. You get the gist. Abilities. The Devastating Charge ability only applies to Outriders in the unit, so no, that doesn't carry over. Your infantry suddenly don't get to move at bike speeds. And they also, Outriders can only use a Turbo Boost ability if their unit only contains Outriders. So no, they don't get to hop on the back of the bike and Turbo Boost around. But if you Combat Squad them, so that you took 5 Outriders, Combat Squad those 5 out, and then they can all Turbo Boost now. So again, like I said, Deathwatch are super flexible. Keywords. In addition to the other keywords, they also gain the biker keyword only if it contains Outriders, things like that. So it's just a couple of tweaks to the keywords here. Again, refer back to this section for keyword stuff too with mixed units. It gets weird. Power rating is also applied here. It kind of changes up and stuff. When we get to the point section, which we're actually not going to show off, but the you need the points from the Space Marines Codex for this to make any kind of sense. Otherwise, you're just going based off of power rating, which is fine, but you do need all those points. It does have points for the upgrades in this book, so it gets a little weird. But again, it copies that kind of pattern here with the different kill team loadouts goes for each of the other 3 kill teams. So this one is basically for kill team veterans, Terminators, veteran bikers, Vanguard vets. This is for your heavier Gravis armor guys. So this one starts off with 1 heavy Intercessor Sergeant, 4 heavy Intercessors, which we don't have yet, but they're coming. And then Aggressors, Inceptor, Eradicator, or more heavy Intercessors can be added to this unit. And then they have kind of the same stuff here. And then the Spectrus one is your kind of Phobos armor Marines, right? So 1 Infiltrator Sergeant, 4 Infiltrators, and then you can add additional Infiltrators, 1 Incurser, 1 Reaver, 1 Eliminator, etc. Again, the Phobos armor unit. Boom. So all 4 of your basic armor patterns are covered here, which is really cool because it's actually like Mark IV armor, Gravis armor, and Phobos armor, in addition to your older Proteus kill teams. Okay. Whew. We get into the Deathwatch data sheets again. Captain Artemis is back. Chaplain Cassius is still here. Codicir Natarayan, sorry, back to. We're here for the first time. I'm not sure. Watchmasters. Then we get to the Deathwatch specific stuff again with the veterans, Kill Team Cassius, Terminator Squad, Veteran Bike Squad, etc., etc. And then we get into the Cobus Black Star, which is still around. Finally, points, values, weapon loadouts, and the obligatory thing at the end of the book. The glossary. That's the word I was trying to say. Yeah, and then also the code again, which go by the book for that. Anyway, that's going to be it for Codex Supplement Deathwatch. And again, supplement meaning go get the Space Marine Codex. Otherwise, this army doesn't really work. Anyway, thanks for watching this quick overview. I'm Adam here from BoLS. Have a good one. Click to subscribe. check out more videos. And thanks for watching.